welcome to Red Ted Art. Today we're going to show you how to make these cute little pom-pom fairies. Now my 5-year-old came up with how to make these at the weekend and I was so impressed that I wanted to make more. So the things you'll need for your pom-pom fairy are some beads, so a nice wooden one for the head, some colourful or plain little ones, these are just from our bead box, for the feet, a pom-pom maker, but you can use 2 pieces of card and make pom-poms out of that as well. I'm going to put a link below with different pom-pom making techniques and you can find what works for you. Some wool, some felt, but again you can maybe use, have a look around for what you can use for wings, maybe some lace or maybe some fabric, but we're using some felt, a pen and some glue, and obviously some little scissors to do some cutting. So we're going to get going. Now what I really like about my daughter's little angels is that she goes for really crazy bright colours. Here's another one of hers. Look at that. Aren't they sweet? And her little fairies, they sit on this little bench that we made ages ago out of paper mache, and she just plays with them like a little dolly. So sweet. But my fairy, so you can choose, you can hang up and you can use them as a little Christmas decoration. So really it's your choice. We like both, as a decoration and as a little toy. Let's put them in place. So you start off by choosing your colours. If you like my daughter, choose nice and bright and colourful. Now the main thing about these pom-pom fairies is that you don't want the pom-pom to be too thick. So I usually make really thick pom-poms, and you don't want them to be too thick because otherwise the head kind of disappears inside the pom-pom and looks a little bit crazy. And to be honest, I've already done that once and I had to undo it and do another wool. So basically you want a thinner wool if possible, or if you've only got a thick wool then you need to have a bigger pom-pom and a bigger bead for it to look nice. So I think my daughter's are really nice because she actually makes quite loose pom-poms, and that sort of kind of means that the head doesn't disappear inside. So as you can see, I'm just wrapping around the wool, trying to see how much to do. I think that's probably enough. Make sure you don't cover these little bits here. Close it, snip that side off, and you open the other side of your pom-pom maker. And like I said, I'm going to put some links underneath where you can look at different pom-pom making techniques, because you can use forks, you can use fingers, you can use cardboard. In fact, I think forks or fingers would be quite good for this because you tend to have looser pom-poms when you use your fingers and fork, and like I said, it makes them look a little bit cuter, I think, the fairies. So almost done. I've gone for some bright colours, so you'll see the hair in a minute. I asked my children before they went to school which colour should I make, and they chose these colours. Now the important thing to remember is Pipsqueak, my 5-year-old, came up with this, and I don't want to steal her thunder. She did say, "Are you going to tell your viewers that I thought of this idea?" And I said, yes I will. So once you've got your wrapped round, you take your little scissors. I've got these little nail scissors I use especially for crafting, and keeping it all shut, each snip, snip, snip down that way. Snip, snip, snip. Right, there we go. Hopefully that is thick enough. Now you're going to use your contrasting colour. On this one I've used baker's twine. You can see baker's twine looks really sweet, and I quite like using baker's twine because it makes a bit stronger. Wool sometimes can rip, but if you're doing the little ones to play with, we just used wool because you're not tugging at it, so I don't think it matters. So this is going to be our leg and our feet colour, so make it nice and long so you've got enough space for knotting. So you wrap it round like this. Oops. Wrap it round, knot it once. So, making this look harder than it is. It is actually really easy. Well done. I'm definitely making this look harder than it is. Wrap it round like that, and that's a double knot to secure it. So this is where the legs are going to go. Now for the head, you need another long piece like this, and now I'm going to wrap it and knot it at the top, so opposite ends. There's probably some clever way how you can do it using only one piece of string, but this works for us, so we'll do it. So now you're ready to open your pom-pom. Pull your pom-pom maker apart. There we go. Yay, quite cute, isn't it? Here we go. Now we're going to get our head and thread it through here. Oops. Now this is probably where I wish I'd remembered to bring some tape. If you can't get your wool through your bead, you can put a little bit of tape around it. In fact, I'm going to have to go and get some quick tape for you. See, you always think you have everything handy, and then I had to quickly disappear and get some tape. So if you wrap it around the end, it's making like a shoelace. And if you make a shoelace, it's so much easier to bead through. There we go. Ah, much better. Thank goodness I found the tape quickly. Right, so that's the head. Now I'm going to put the legs, or actually, should we just do the hair whilst we're here? So, oh, doesn't that look cute already? See, Pipsqueaks is much fluffy. I think I need to just maybe put a bit more around the middle, but I mean, it's just experimenting and seeing how it works for you actually. But don't make them too thick, because making them too thick, honestly, I did it and it just looked weird. So I'm going to do the hair now. Basically, I'm going to make it quite big, because you can always trim it afterwards, as in quite wide. So I've kind of wrapped the wool around like that. Might have one more. Like that. Then you cut it. Then so I've got this sort of woolly bit. Take this and just take the tape apart again. Tie this on. So these are all just simple little knots. This is the bit when I say my 5-year-old did hers. She made the pom pom. She came up with the idea. She chose all the colours. She told. And basically I helped her with things like knotting. So, you know, because knots are something that she can't do so well. So especially when you look at the little knots at the top. So I mainly did the threading and the knotting. She did the pom-pom making and the choosing of colours. Now I'm going to leave this bit on, because then I've got a little then I can use as a decoration. I think this would look really cute as key rings, but you've got to make sure that you've got string or wool that's strong enough. So that's the top. And look, just because it's so exciting, I'm going to put the little face on. Here we go. Hello, little fairy. Pipsqueak also drew her own face, so I did let her do all that. Here we go. Oh, isn't that cute? Now I'm going to put the legs on. I'm going to go for bright orange, which will clash terribly with the pink, but hey, that's part of the fun. I'm going to just make my little threading lace at the end with some tape, and then just squish it shut. Push it through. There's one. Do the same at the other side. Tape, tape wherever you want. Like that. Much easier. If you're using baker's twine, actually, it's quite easy. Now, you choose about how long you want the legs to be. So I want it from here. So I'm going to start knotting, and because this is wool and when you make a knot, the knot's quite small. To keep the bead in place, you probably have to do about 4 or 5 knots on each foot. So you get a nice thick knot. Otherwise the foot will come off, and then once it's off, it's going to be really hard to put back on, because you're going to trim the wool, and once it's trimmed, obviously it's hard to put a new knot in place. So it's better to have it a bit too thick, the knot, than a bit too thin. Let's see if this is enough. There we go. I think this works. There we go. Just check. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Trim that. And then we'll do the other foot. Yeah. Now what's really interesting also about the creative process, the beads as feet. think Pipsqueak came up with that idea because at Easter we did some Pom Pom birds with dangly legs. So it's really interesting how children, you know, you make things with them and they kind of take the idea on board, and then later they make something of their own and the idea gets adapted. So I thought it was really, really sweet, and I thought it was really nice to see that process. And the using the head the way we've done, we've made pipe cleaner people before, and again that's how we've attached the head. So again, Pipsqueak, oh, I've got that one a bit longer. Well, I'll sort that out after the video, I'll make that a bit shorter. But at the moment that's a slightly longer leg, but obviously you want the legs the same length. So now you could say your fairy's finished, but I'm going to add some little wings. Now I'm not chopping this off just yet because I want to just re-knot that when we're offline, because I don't want to bore you to death. This video is a little bit longer. So now I'm going to just cut some wings out. I quite like the big ones I did over here, so I'm just going to fold it over. Oops, sorry, fold it over, do it again, fold it over, and I'm just going to cut this freehand. Now if you're not comfortable cutting freehand, I recommend just cut a sample out on paper first, check that you're happy with what it looks like, and then, you know, see that it's the right size, not too big, not too small, and then use that as a kind of as a template. So these are really big wings, yay! Oh, maybe a bit big, so I'm going to trim them a bit. Can you see that we kind of make things up as we go along in our house? I might even just cut a little bit off there because, you know, I don't want to get overboard on the wing front. That looks alright, let's see. Oh yeah, I do quite like that, that's quite nice. Now I just wanted to show you Pipsqueak. She's got little round ones, and where we glued it in place she's also put little gems. That's really, there's a go. Can you see the little gem? The final touch, whilst I've just created this kind of flat back, and I'm just going to glue it on because I think that looks fine. Turn it around. Oh look, you can see a little bit of the, I just apply lots of glue. Oh. You can use a hot glue gun as well, but not everybody has a hot glue gun, so I like to show that you can make these things using other materials, other glues too. It's got to be good PVA glue though, so I'm just trimming this a tiny bit, because if it's poor quality PVA glue, it just won't stick. It'll just keep coming off, and it'd be really, really annoying. So then I'm going to just pop them on like this, give it a good squish, and there you have your very own little. Get all the bits away. Pom Pom fairy. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed our tutorial today. We hope to see you here on Red Ted Art again soon. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye.